Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of She Means Well.
Welcome back, you guys. Boy, am I feeling silly. Silly. Do you like that word? Silly. Silly.
It reminds me of that's not nice. Never mind.
This isn't nice, but I'm going to say it. When I was doing silly, I could literally feel my cheeks moving.
I can hear my earrings dangling.
Ew.
I won't grab my face right now, but I really want to go.
Oh, sick.
My chops.
What's up, Buttercup?
I feel goofy too. I like goofy better than silly.
Me too. Bringing this big boy out.
Cracking into that right now.
Yeah.
Listen, wait, what if it blows up?
Better the episode.
It's so sparkling water stale. For anyone listening. Oh yeah, it didn't even
a little bit. Wow, this is big bottle. Why? Glug glug glug.
Okay, so how is it?
Crisp.
May?
Yeah, you may. Something about a LaCroix early in the morning, especially like right out of the fridge.
Oh yeah.
It just really makes me come alive.
Would you say I feel like there's a time period though after I brush my teeth that I don't want anything. Like I couldn't have that after on my way to work.
But have you ever brushed your teeth and then had LaCroix?
No,
it's even crisper.
Like it's good?
Yeah. Yeah. Anywho, sorry you guys. Little squirrels over here.
This is kind of a squirrely episode. Because we just got done, just to be honest, we just got done with this admin meeting and lots of planning for the future. And my head feels a bit like in 7 weeks from now and here.
That's so true.
Yeah, like
did a lot of housekeeping. I feel I feel better. I feel more organized. I feel like creative juices running, but like you said, like I said, 7 weeks from now, my brain's kind of there.
Yeah.
But I'm here now. We're going to be here.
Yeah. We're being silly, goofy girls. Okay, so there's a couple of just random things that I jot down throughout the week.
You need to get off your chest.
Yeah, and maybe this is like a segment that we can like revisit. But Jordan got a new grill this week. He got a Blackstone.
Okay.
And you have to run it with propane, and he has like the big daddy propane tank. Oh no, I can't even say it. And then they were like, oh yeah, but you could use like the little camping, like the smaller one.
Yeah.
And so he bought 4 of those, and then later on Amazon, or maybe when we were leaving the store, he saw that he's like, oh, this valve, I could get it if my big one was filled. I could go get the big one filled, but then I could just connect this valve from the big one and like refill the small ones. And it just got me thinking about things I don't understand. Propane being one of them. How do you know when the small tank is full? Well, I was holding them in the sun, and I was like, is there anything I could do right now that would make this combust in my hand?
Oh my goodness.
Like,
I was just going to say,
I don't understand the power.
Feel like, I don't even like holding those. I feel like there's a grenade.
I don't get it. And like, is that not possible? Same with helium. Like, how do we know what's going on in there? How do you know?
Well, there's scientists who have studied gases and things. Thank you for your service.
In this segment, it's not going to cast a good light on my mental awareness.
Shout out to all the engineers.
Couldn't be me.
But praise God we have them.
Propane, I don't get it. And so, yeah, Jordan got that little valve thing, and like, I just had to disassociate.
That sounds like a scientific experiment.
Same with kind of like, I get it, but like filling your tires with air, when it reaches that number, I'm like, is it going to pop?
I know.
Like, is it more bang for
Yes.
my buck? No, it's like 25 cents. But it's like
Yeah.
efficiency. Should I fill it to the exact number? If you go one less because you're afraid of it blowing up, like, are
Right.
you just like, you're going to get back to the tire pump earlier than if you went that one more? Is
Yeah.
it not that big of a deal? What if you go one over? The
Uh-huh.
heat expands, the cold, like whatever, all of
I've
that.
recently just had to fill up my tires with air right after work. And I couldn't see what the numbers were at. So I was just blindly filling them up. And yeah, it was scary, Bailey.
I'm going to be honest. I think I've done that one time in my life. I'm not confident.
I've had my fair share of car troubles and trying to
Have we talked
figure it out.
about in high school how you would be like,
Mechanic.
yeah,
Throw a rag over my shoulder, you guys.
wife beater, there's grease.
Literally, serious. I use the grease for my slicking back my hair.
Forget
Beads.
Marilyn Monroe in her white dress. Abby's in her wife beater.
Beads of sweat above my upper lip. Yeah, so every day.
Every day.
Yes, when I had this car.
Yes.
I think I was a junior, but I had this beater car for a little bit before I crashed it. And true. And every day after school, I would have to like reattach some wires in the engine, slap my rag over my shoulder and figure it out.
Did you see your dad do that once or twice? And he's like, honey, this is what you're going to have to do. Or
Yeah.
is it like
Yeah.
you open the hood and you're like, I just started tinkering around. Like, I don't imagine that.
No, dude, are you kidding me? No, my dad showed me once and I just did it every time.
Oh, I would be so scared. I crossed wires and created a bomb. Like, I just don't get how any of it works.
Created a bomb.
Yeah. Don't cross the red over the blue.
Oh, don't get me started. No, it's red and black. Bailey. Yeah.
Spiders,
Never work on my car.
snakes, red and yellow, never good fellow,
Oh.
whatever.
Oh gosh, there's
Yellow, black, stay away, Jack. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, there's another saying at work. I have to attach these electrodes to people's chest. I mean, it doesn't do anything but hook them up to a monitor, but there's red, black, and white, and they all have significant spots they need to go or specific spots. And it's like red over black, never go back, Jack.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I thank God that I'm not doing anything. Someone's hair could get melted off. That's the worst.
I literally say to patients, if I ever mix them up, especially like guys, I'm like, hey, free wax on the house.
Free wax?
Yeah, because it sticks to their chest. I'm like, sorry, pardon me.
Free wax on
And
the
there's
house.
3 of them. So I'm like, they leave. They look like Dalmatians.
Have you seen 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell?
Yeah,
And he gets
course I
waxed
have.
like half.
I love that man.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
He's one of my celebrity like crushes.
Dude. Celebrity. Okay, so there's this new show on YouTube called the not the department,
Do you have YouTube TV?
no, it's just a YouTube channel that is basically this the dealership. I'm like, it's a dealership. It's called The Dealership, and they are basically this car dealership in the middle of who knows where that is just completely ripping off The Office and making it like literally theme song and everything. And
Is
Jordan,
this reality?
it's a real true blue office. And the girl who's like the manager, quote unquote, I don't know if she really is or this is her role. She is a Michael Scott. There's no way this show doesn't get picked up. And they like, I know they're doing an Office reboot, but I'm like, okay, you can never recreate something for what it was, right?
Right.
And I feel like people, the Office people, if you're listening, like that's the direction they should have gone with the reboot is like another set of people. Like she is Michael and she's hilarious.
Oh, really?
She's actually funny.
Okay.
And she like, so there's this one episode and I tried to go back.
I have to see this.
And they're like 7 minutes.
Oh,
it's like
fun.
shorts. And so it's probably
So
like.
they're like skits.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's probably like their video guy because if you go on their YouTube channel, it's like not just that. It's like real stuff trying to promote this company.
Okay.
But this is just like probably like they're slow on a Tuesday and it's like, hey, let's film
And this
something
is kind of
that's
fun.
like yeah, and they only
Oh.
have like a couple thousand views and it's funny.
How did you land there?
Jordan. And
How?
there's this episode, I don't know if you saw it on TikTok
Jordan
or
sends me
something.
some wild reels. I'm like, how is that on your feed?
His algorithm, it's either like
I'm not one to talk about it.
cats flying on a fan or like an old couple where the guy is like on his deathbed playing the guitar still. Like he has no memory, but he can still play his wife a song. Like, and Jordan will be like, this made me cry.
Dude, it makes me really happy that he got a grill.
Yeah.
That way your inside house doesn't smell like fish.
Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Come on, you knew that was
Whatever.
coming.
Okay, we did make fish though the other day. Both of our feet are going. We did make fish and I walked in the next day and I was like, pungent. Okay, but this episode, I just have to give a little snippet. So she is like talking to the other guy in the office and it's like, you got to go with me over to this other branch. It's the same company. So say it's like Kia of Puyallup is like also like.
It's their sister office.
Exactly. Same last name, whatever. And so she goes over and she's wearing like a fake mustache, like a man. And he has a fake mustache on too. And they go into
the manager of the other.
No, it's someone that came with her to this other branch. And they're like, we just got to figure out like what they're doing. Like their sales are up. And she walks in, she's like, looks like Apple in here. It looks like, and it says like the power of dreams on the wall, huge in huge writing. And so she's coming back to report to her boss of like these new ideas that could be whatever. And she's like, plants, they have lots of plants. And she's like, I actually stole one, pulls one out of her bag that she stole. And she's like, and I was thinking of some sort of catchphrase. And she takes whatever phrase it was. I think it was power of dreams. And then she flip flops it and she's like, dream of power. Oh, isn't that great? Like, it's just hilarious.
She's signed, sealed, delivered. It's ours.
Yeah. And it sounds, but jump in at like, I think it's number 3 that is that one. Cause the first 2 are kind of like, you can tell the character development's not there. Like they're kind of getting there.
How fun for them.
I know. And they like actually use the Office theme song. I don't know how much of it is like, they're allowed to.
Oh, because I was going to say that is, there's an episode on The Office where, is it Michael and Dwight? They go to a paper company and they're like in disguises. Maybe it's Jim.
Yeah. And honestly, what an easy, there are scenes that they completely scalped from The Office. And so it's like honestly kind of easy to recreate because you could kind of do the same thing and it's
the world's greatest show.
It's hilarious.
You know, they are relaunching The Office.
Right. And is not everybody in it?
No, but I know like big players are. Like Jim's in it. I know Michael's in it. I'm pretty sure Pam is.
I wonder how they'll do because will they be like, we're now 10 years post.
I don't know,
whatever.
Dude, but we have to have a watching like party.
Oh,
our family.
Yeah,
for sure. Oh my gosh, I could cry.
Is it like 2025?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that'll be great.
Oh my gosh, that'll be a highlight.
Okay. On the topic of television, Mikey and I and you were obviously all into Big Brother.
Oh yes,
which just started up. And anyway, we were just talking about like when you're all caught up on your like shows that you're very much so into, and living with her, I am like brought right back to childhood. And it just makes me realize the ADHD that I had that was undiagnosed when we were kids. And I would just be like, dude, I just can't like watch TV shows. And we would give her a hard time. My brother and I would be like, you're so like obsessive. Like you can just like lock in. And she's like, anyway. And so she was trying to get me into, I think it's The Challenge. Have you watched that?
Episodes here and there.
Okay, so she's going into like it's been around for like ever. It's like OG.
Yeah, I think it was even before Big Brother.
Yes, that's what she said. And so we start watching it, and I'm like, wait, I'm having a hard time understanding like what I'm getting into. Do I need to know what reality show these people came from? That they know them? That there was a crossover? That like I feel like I just need to know. Like I need to go back to the beginning or something.
Yeah,
and because I was like, just jump in on a season I would like. And then she's like, my mind was blown when we kind of got watching it, but I was trying to get my bearings of who's who.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, maybe I should go back on another season. And I was like, wait, have you watched all these? And because I was like, my mind is blown about these connections. And she's like, yeah, dude, that was my brain last summer. And I was like, oh, did you watch a couple? She's like, I watched them all. I was like, wait, whoa. Let's do some quick math.
Wait, there's like 30 something seasons.
40. And I was like, let's do some quick math. And my brain couldn't compute, but I got the numbers to bring to you here today,
Okay.
roughly. And it says, Mike the Challenge, she casually said, yeah, that was my brain last year. I watched 40 seasons. 40 seasons, they're an hour long a piece. And there's about 20-ish episodes a season. And that's being generous. A lot of them have more than 20. So whatever those numbers are, she about spent every darn moment watching the challenge. She's like, maybe I missed a couple. Maybe I missed a couple.
Although it's not like a series like Suits or something like that where you have to like pay attention.
Watch it.
Yeah.
But it just was so funny because we started watching it and I just feel like I have to be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch TV.
I'm the same way.
I can't. Like, I want to be working on like a graphic for the podcast while it's on, but then
I want to be filing my nails or doing my nails
like,
somehow.
I'm bored watching it. I'm bored sitting there just watching the TV screen and like
I don't get bored. I just feel like I could do better.
Be productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I don't, then I'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I remember when Jordan and I first started dating and his family like would all watch shows and TV and movies together. And I remember going over there and feeling like, oh my gosh, nobody's on their phone, whatever. And if I know what I'm getting into is worth watching and I'm watching it with people, it's about being with people. If I'm by myself, I will 10 out of 10 never sit and
just
watch the screen.
Although I will, no, I won't. Never
like a
mind.
documentary, I'll be folding laundry.
Oh, 100%. Big Brother just started.
Yes.
And I love watching it like while I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or like, this is not good, but I have this little, phone stand in my car. And I will put it on. Connor's going to come for me.
We'll be on the phone sometimes that I can hear. I'll be beep, beep, beep. Your car tattles on you.
It's so true. The other day you're like, yeah, boo. What other like TV shows did you like grow up watching? Like religiously watched?
Let's see. Like what era? Like your favorite Disney movie, little kid?
Maybe not even just Disney. I'm thinking of like Gossip Girl, One Tree Hill.
Okay, both of those. And both of those are shows that Mikey started and she would be like 3 seasons in and she'd be like, this is so good, Bailey. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just like catch me up. Tell me what's going on.
Oh.
No, I'll restart it. And she would restart it. And I'm like, I literally would have to be pinned down, pulling my eyelashes out one at a time to rewatch something like that.
Oh, I don't like rewatching really anything.
But there's people like Aaron will rewatch movies all the time. Like there's people that love, and Miss Doubtfire for sure. Like I will rewatch those
solid
kind of things.
Foundational type of movie.
Yeah, but again, it's like with people, and I'm not a rewatcher. I'm not even a watcher for the first.
Yeah, same. I'm a rewatcher for The Office. But I don't think there's any other movie or show other than the foundational, like The Notebook.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I don't even think I would turn back on like Gossip Girl. Like I can't.
I did rewatch One Tree Hill a couple summers ago for the first time since, oh my gosh.
Maybe it's like going to the gym. Like once you start watching, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
What gym?
What about A Secret Life of an American Teenager? Did you watch that growing up?
I think like the first 2 seasons.
Oh my gosh. I was too little like to watch it growing up. I remember my older sisters watching it, but
I'm kind of surprised that they did.
I know. Pretty sure they like watched it with my mom.
It was like teenage pregnancies.
Like after I went to bed.
Oh. I do remember though that era.
You guys, this is huge.
Thirsty girl.
A whole bottle of wine. Drink up.
There was, or during that period of time, Pretty Little Liars for sure. It was a big one. And Mikey went to college and
Share it.
Mikey went to college and I was scared to watch that show alone.
Yep.
Okay, so there was this summer that Abby lived at our house and we were in the phase of watching Pretty Little. And
there are 9 seasons, if not more.
Okay. And we just, guys, you watched it too. And how like A was just like always around, always knew, was one step ahead.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah. And I don't think I ever finished it though, to be honest.
I never watched that one.
Oh,
through and through.
have we told this?
I don't know, but say it again.
But there was this time that Abby was like home alone. Were you like practicing curling her hair?
Thanks, Bailey.
She was,
Thank you.
how old were you? Middle school?
7th grade, I think.
And me and my
So like
friends,
12.
I don't even know if Mikey was with us. I feel like it was like McLaren,
Vanessa
and I.
you. Yeah.
And we just thought we would spook Abby. And so we like
Brats.
and the theme song, you all know it. It's like, gotta see, can you see? Yeah. Off center. Shh. Anyway, so we just started playing the song and we sent McLaren up the stairs like the Grudge with her hair like, and she was in like a panda
She was
suit,
in a panda suit,
which is
so frightening.
so odd. But we got you.
No,
And then we tried to like,
you guys wrote in lipstick
yeah,
on a mirror because I like heard something downstairs
That-
and I was
I'm
like,
so
what's
sorry.
going on? And then I saw like something written on the mirror in lipstick. And then McLaren like came out
and it was like
in
signed
the
from
suit.
A.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Bailey.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Thank you. I forgive you.
Well, you paid me back with texting me about
Your cookie.
the cookie.
Your cookie.
Cookie.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
I had the fattest crush on Ricky from Secret Life.
Oh yeah. I've never even seen this, but what? This just makes me think of Secret Life of Pets. What is that? The cartoon.
We're bouncing all over the place, but Dax Shepard, who's his wife?
Kristen Bell.
She was on Secret Life
Of Cody of what?
of the American Teenager. She was like that cringy.
Was she?
She was like in one scene and it's like a meme. You would know if I
Oh.
showed you.
Yeah. They're both in so many things and like their level of fame is so interesting because they're obviously like big celebrities. People know who they are, especially like his podcast is so successful.
They're a different kind
Yes,
of.
but they've worked with so many different, and him maybe more specifically with the podcast. I mean, her too, but like with so many different kinds of people. It's so
Yes.
interesting to listen
Different
to
lines
the
of
interviews.
work.
Yeah, because it'll be like comedians or like
Actors or
Yeah.
nutritionist,
yeah,
doctor.
It's
Yeah.
just interesting.
It is cool. I like that. His podcast.
I was listening to the listener submission episodes recently, and it was pooped your pants stories.
Oh, fun.
And there was this girl that pooped her
Is
pants.
it a new episode?
No, that one's like a few back. But this girl pooped her pants and basically her morning coffee hit her in the grocery store and she has her toddler with her. And she's like, I gotta go. And then she ends up like pooping on her way out to the car wearing leggings. She's like, it was a boulder. And next thing I knew, it was like behind her knee, moving its way down. And she's like, I didn't even know what to do.
that.
And so she's like trying to go home, but
I just
they're,
got chills.
I know. And their apartment that they lived in, her husband was at work. She like worked for the apartment complex. And so she's like, I can't just go in. I'm going to see someone I know. And so she's like,
And her poop is behind her knee.
and they were talking about how like in panic, how your brain just like doesn't work and works so
Yes.
differently.
Yeah.
And she's like, and it feels so like justified. She's like, there's a car wash across the street. And she's like, and then I started remembering like, if you pressure wash your skin can tear, but like, I gotta try. So she calls her mom and she's like, Mom, I just pooped my pants. And her mom's like, Jim, we gotta go. Lacey shit her pants. And she's like, okay. So her parents come meet her at this car wash. And she's like, oh, I think she said her dad was in like a fluorescent shirt. And she's like, hey. And she said she completely stripped down and her dad was spraying her off. I'm like, okay, are we not gonna pause? That is so odd. Her dad was spraying her butt naked. And she's like, I mean, I'm close with my parents. Like what? I had to poop or I
What
was
the heck?
messy. I know. I was like, okay, that's weird. But he sprays her down. And then she like,
hose her down.
I know. And then she was like covered up enough and then goes inside and of course like runs into like this guy who like once a month comes around to the complexes and he's like, oh, hey, so-and-so, like, how's it going? And she's like, he quickly, you could see him like processing like there's an issue at hand and she's embarrassed and gotta go.
Poor thing. What a poopy situation.
Imagine pooping your pants in leggings.
Imagine just pooping your pants.
I could imagine it.
Tell your story when you pooped your pants.
I know you're being funny, but I literally was like, wait, is there one?
I'm kidding.
Couple pee-pee stories though.
Side note, dude, this is so funny. Connor's been like working out like a Mad Hatter, like waking up at like 4:30 and going to the gym crazy with a ex-military man. And he's just been like really hitting legs hard. And so he keeps making these references of like, he's got a dump truck on him. And yesterday we were in the grocery store and I truthfully did not mean to like, I brushed by him, but my hand totally just like slapped his butt. And he's like, I'm working with a lot of new circumference here. Be careful. I don't know. It's funny. That is funny. Side note. So on my way to the church, I was at this stoplight and a homeless man walks, past me across the sidewalk. He was stylish, dude. He looked good.
Like, explain.
Okay. So he had very distressed jeans on, light washed, dirty in the right spots.
Holes.
He had holes, very distressed. And although like, the strings or the threads that come off the distressed part, like the holes.
If you will.
Those threads were pretty bright too. So they were like dirty in the right spots, like a little butt pocket moment.
Oh.
It was cute. He had an open jersey with a dirty wife beater, but I could go without the dirty wife beater. His hair, man, like it was curly and it was pushed back by his sunglasses, like a headband. And I'm like, taking notes. You look good.
Honestly, yeah, I wonder if it was the same guy. I passed recently in Tacoma and I was like, this doesn't sound good.
Just say it.
It's just like,
we know your heart.
No, but like vintage Levi's, it's different when you buy them today, like true vintage. And that's what I would be wearing too if I was homeless.
Yes.
It's like the quality's there,
the durability. You can do a lot in those. You can't squat very low, if you know what I mean.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to say is like, you just almost want to give someone your jeans to get rough in, and break them in.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so that's where you're going.
Doesn't sound good. So, okay, that reminds me, this is a little less funny. This week we were getting coffee and there's this guy that sits outside of this like store where the coffee stand is. And he has like a stroller with his daughter in it and they're there often. And the first time we passed, I was like, oh, that makes me sad that that guy's homeless and his daughter, she's probably like 4. Jordan's like, I don't think he's homeless. And then the next time we passed, and she has like a tablet, but there was just like a lot going on their stroller. Like seemed like they were packed up. And anyway, so we saw him again the next couple days and he had a sign that time that was like, anything helps. And we walk in and he's always like, bye guys. Like he's very friendly to your face. And then we were getting coffee and Jordan was like, there's like these plants outside. He's like, oh, do you want those flowers? And I'm like, oh, sure. So he goes and he's going to go buy them for me inside. And I was waiting for the coffee outside. And the little girl starts to freak out because her iPad was like dying or something. Okay. And this guy,
the friendly guy
starts yelling, shut the F up. You better shut the F up, baby girl.
Ew.
No one wants to hear your crying baby girl.
Ew.
Shut the up. Like just swearing at her left and right, up and down, and then calling her baby girl.
Ew.
And I was like texting Jordan, like, oh my gosh, this guy is just going off yelling.
And about how old is
this little girl? Like 4.
Oh.
And then come to find out, we were talking about it with the clerk. And she was like, she told us that his daughter has autism. And she's like, it's so sad because the state, anyway, it just got me thinking about all of these conversations I've had with clients in the last like 6 months, really, about just the laws in Washington and like when you're homeless.
You have formula and diapers and you're a suitable parent.
No, literally that is the law. If you can provide those 2 things, you're considered a fit parent, which is
And you have a spoon with heroin
Crazy.
and you're still a fit parent?
It's so crazy, but you can, and CPS, like I have a client that does like outreach, and she yeah, they've called CPS because there's like fentanyl present, and then they'll come out and they'll say, "Well, they're not actively using it, so we can't."
They're not actively snorting, injecting however you do it.
And I do know of
That's
a
ridiculous.
case that there was a child in the foster care system got reunited with his biological mom, and she was using, and he got into it, and then I think he was like 3 or 4, and he died after being raised from birth by another family.
Like he got into her stash?
He got into the drugs,
Oh
and
my
she was able to
goodness.
get him back because she's a fit parent, quote unquote. Diapers formula.
Can you
I mean, he's older than needing diapers, but yeah,
and the foster mom that raised that baby?
that's like your baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It
I
just
could never be a foster parent. They are made of something
I
different.
know, it's
I
so
can't even
crazy.
think of being what is it called when you do that for animals?
Oh, a foster yeah,
A
it's still
foster parent
fostering,
for
yeah.
animals?
I have a client that fosters cats,
I
kittens.
couldn't do that.
I know, to have to give them up and then, like, hope they go to a good home, I know.
I have chills. I could never do that.
I know, it would be
I would
so
love to
hard.
get her on the podcast and talk about fostering, and that is crazy.
I know.
They are very, very important people in this world.
So selfless and just, like which and then it also is terrible that there's people that abuse the system,
Right.
and they'll have multiple foster children because they get money.
I was just gonna say, and there's another side of that. You hear
Yeah.
stories where kids are taken out of these horrible homes in hopes of being in a better home, and they get abused and
Terrible things.
terrible, terrible things.
This
I feel like
conversation is all over.
I know, I feel like I hear more story about the terrible than the good when it comes to foster.
I know, and then you just think about them, like, bouncing around from, like, house to house, location, location. My gosh, I can just hear location, location, location. Um, and how it just, like, impacts, like, you as a person. I mean, think about being raised in the same household. Everybody has their own version of, like, trauma, even from a loving family dynamic. It's like, I would do this different. I would probably
Yeah.
still do that how my parents did it. It's like, that's all you're gonna do, but if your lens is, like, always changing of, like, what is seen as, like, the adult role, I
Yeah.
mean, it would be so hard to, like, know what is right in your I mean, all of that is
Yeah.
just skewed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Completely. We are very blessed
I
with
know.
the family and
That actually
people
is
in our life.
that is an interview I would love to do,
Yeah.
talking about that, because since that I have heard from another client who's in the process of trying to adopt, and since there's this law about that I think it's that specific one about what it takes to be a fit parent in the state of Washington, there's been, like, 80 something children who have died under the care of fit parents. Yeah, I know. Like, 1 is too many.
Yeah.
I know.
Yikes. World is scary, dude. Especially just election coming up. You know, it always gets a little hairy.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I would be lying if I said like I haven't experienced some sort of anxiety thinking about the future of this nation.
I know.
Sorry, but
I
and
completely
I don't want to get into politics or
yeah.
anything, but there's a lot of freaky stuff going on.
I know. There so is, and it also I mean, it just is, like, some peace of mind, though. Like, I feel like we talked about this recently. It's like, we know how the story ends. We know how the
Yeah,
story goes.
right.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Mhm.
And but it is, like it's just wild to be living in it, and it just makes me think about, like, our great grandma, like, what did life look like for her? And, like,
Yeah.
did their generation be like, "Oh, it is so bad for this next and it's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
every generation says that,
Like,
it
does
seems.
everybody feel this way at this
Yeah.
age?
Yeah. Or, like, are we really down bad? Because I think we are really down bad.
Right. Um, I was talking with a friend the other day, and maybe you'll know this scripture. I don't remember it, but it says somewhere, I think in Revelation. Okay, Bailey.
It's her first time in the
too
church.
bad.
Dude, that's an honest typo of the mouth.
It just zooms in on me like this. Revelation. Something about like there will be so much confusion, whatever. AI. Have you ever thought about that?
No, I haven't, but
Like there's like conspiracies going around, like is Joe Biden like alive? Like did he like sign the giving away presidency, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so smart. But it's like him in the Oval Office. Was that him or is that AI?
Okay, no. AI on the topic of like confusion. That makes me think of like scams and how people are using AI and like there was this girl on TikTok that
like
was
ads.
yes, and there was this girl that's like I had just trying to be really transparent about my journey on this divorce and like how I never saw it coming, just really raw and like she's kind of blown up on TikTok and she's like they took my most raw vulnerable video and they dubbed it over with AI and like the girl, she's like, it was me, but not me saying this. She was trying to sell erectile dysfunction pills. And she's like, really? That's so violating and like intrusive on me. Like you were, what?
I'm pretty sure they did that to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I've heard like Dr. Phil say, like,
yeah,
trust me, if you get a call and it's Dr. Phil asking for 15 hundo, it ain't me.
Yeah. Dang.
I know.
We better be careful. Next thing you know, our face is going to be on the next erectile dysfunction pill.
Yeah.
She means well.
I just recently got scammed from AI.
Bailey.
I need to take my own advice. And if it's from the Lord, it's not in a hurry. And it was like a Gwyneth Paltrow herself being like, we've reached this amount of whatever for Goop. And like, we're doing a giveaway for full size. I'm like, I gotta get on it now. There's a countdown, like because Gwyneth would have a countdown going. Like she needs no sense of urgency to sell her
order
product.
now. Put it in your cart now. Spin.
Get a gift.
Get 2. Hurry. Buy 1, get 5 free. Oh, I better do that now.
No, I'm already halfway to China. Gonna pick it up halfway. Can't wait. Okay, anyway, yeah, I put my card information in, and as soon as I did it, then like the Safari like extra like pop-up window I was in went away, and it went back to the original Instagram ad-on stories, and I see Gwyneth talking, and it's like her teeth are like, I'm like, that was a freaking ad or a scam, and so I immediately locked my card. I'm like, what was I doing? What was I doing? And so I locked it. And in the morning, sure enough, it was like $130 and it got declined because it was locked.
Okay, good.
But I just asking for a friend, do you guys have to get new cards? I don't think I've ever reached an expiration date on a card.
Oh, no. I never have.
Like,
I always
new
lose
card
them.
in the mail. It's 2072. Like,
or, my expiration's coming up. Better get on that. No.
Never. And when I do get a new one, and I swear the expiration is like 2072, I'm like, I'll never see the day.
No.
This card
will never see the day.
Yeah. Never.
I'm lucky if it makes 2 years.
Through the
honestly.
washer. You are bad.
I am.
You just got a wallet this year, and I feel like you probably still, you like to take your cards on field trips.
When we got coffee today, you know why I used Apple Pay? Because my debit card is not in my wallet.
Where is it?
It's in my car, underneath my seat. I know where it is.
Don't be announcing. You can't. I'm going to shame you publicly into being responsible with your
This
plastic.
is bullying.
You can't do that.
I know. Amazon, haven't they already launched like the chip?
Oh, yeah. I think at Whole Foods, you can like pay with your palm.
If that wasn't the mark of the beast, then that would be good for someone like me. But we're not doing that.
Okay, I've had that thought too. It's like, if that wasn't written clearly something in your hand, a
in
chip
revolution.
in revolution. It's
Yeah.
like I know. I've thought that too. Like, thank God it's pretty clear.
I loved hearing your thoughts today, Bailey. Let's put a pin in it.
Well, we just covered about every topic under the sun.
Serious.
And with the planning in mind, we will be doing an episode soon. I'm reading this book that's changing my life.
You're reading a book.
I'm listening
I'm
to
so
it.
proud of you.
I'm listening to it. I'm going to get it after this because I'm like, oh, I should be almost done. It's like 10 hours left. I'm like, jeez, I'm going to put this on the
3X.
bookshelf. Put this on the bookshelf and be like, I don't listen to that. But no, it's Dr. Daniel Amen, and it's called Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And my goal is to get that man on this podcast.
Okay.
And he's like, scans brains, and it's all about, anyway, the ADHD HGTV. I did that recently. ADHD chapter is captivating me. And then he also has another book called Healing ADHD.
Okay.
And we will be bringing you an episode about that.
Yes, we will.
because
I can't wait.
Lord knows.
Yes. That'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, until next time, take care. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Spotify.
Let us know
you
where
know the
you
deal.
are listening to this episode. Tag
Yeah.
us. Send it to a friend.
And we love you.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.